One afternoon in the summer of 2001, a phone call breaks a 26-year silence. A voice from Pakistan offers a singular, haunting proposition. There is a way to be good again. Answering that call means confronting the precise moment a childhood ended in an act of cowardice. In the 1970s, Kabul was a city of modernization and upper-class privilege. Amir grew up in the affluent Wazir Akbar Khan district, the son of a towering, wealthy businessman known as Baida. They lived in a sprawling estate of marble floors and hand-picked tiles, shielded from the country's growing instability by high walls and rose bushes. Living in a mud hut in the shadows of that garden was Hassan, the son of Baba's servant. Though they shared the same estate and the same wet nurse, the two boys inhabited different worlds. Hassan's loyalty, however, was unconditional, famously marked by a single vow to Amir: "For you, 1,000 times over." Every winter, districts in Kabul held a kite-fighting tournament, a brutal competition where boys used glass-coated strings to slice opponents from the sky. For Amir, this tournament was the primary arena to earn his distant father's respect. Bringing home the winning kite was the only way he knew how to be seen. In the winter of 1975, Amir achieves his victory, but the triumph immediately sours. When Hassan runs to retrieve the final fallen kite as a trophy for Baba, Amir follows him and witnesses his friend being cornered and assaulted in a deserted alleyway by neighborhood bullies. Crouching behind a crumbling mud wall, Amir watches the attack. He has the opportunity to intervene, but he stays hidden in the shadows. He chooses the kite and his father's approval over the boy who sacrificed everything. Amir eventually learns that you cannot simply bury the past. It claws its way out. That single moment of inaction follows him into adulthood, a permanent fracture in his character that suggests unatoned sins will infect a person's life until they are faced directly. The Soviet invasion of 1979 ends the world Amir knew. Privilege provides no protection against the occupation, and Amir and Baba are forced to flee their home, escaping the country in the middle of the night to survive the growing violence. The transition from Afghan elite to American refugee is absolute. They leave their wealth and status behind to survive, eventually settling in California, where Baba, once a powerhouse in Kabul, takes a job at a gas station to support his son. Amir builds a successful life in the United States, attending college and becoming a novelist. He puts thousands of miles between himself and his memories of Kabul, attempting to use the quiet of the American suburbs to muffle the guilt he carries from that winter in 1975. The call from Rahim Khan in 2001 forces him to return to the region. He travels to Pakistan to meet his father's dying friend, who reveals a history that recontextualizes everything Amir thought he knew about his family. In this passage, Amir learns Baba was Hassan's biological father. By hiding the truth, Baba stole Hassan's identity. Amir realizes their lives mirrored each other. Both men betrayed the people most loyal to them to protect their social standing. The man who claimed theft was the only sin had been a thief of the most sacred things: honor and blood. The high walls of their Kabul estate had hidden the same pattern of cowardice in two different generations. This shared history of betrayal suggests that parents and children are often bound by the same hidden mistakes. Breaking the pattern requires more than just moving away. It requires returning to the source of the trauma to settle the debt. Amir crosses back into Afghanistan with a singular purpose: find and rescue Hassan's orphaned son, Sarab. He is no longer running from the past, but walking directly back into the city he abandoned 2 decades earlier. The Kabul he finds is a landscape of ruins and checkpoints. Under Taliban rule, the city of his childhood has been replaced by a grim, oppressive reality, where armed men enforce a terrifying order on every street corner. Survival in this city means navigating a society where public executions are common and dead bodies are left in the streets as warnings. The golden memories of the 1970s are buried under the weight of a city that has been erased by continuous war. Amir tracks Sohab from a destitute orphanage into the hands of a high-ranking Taliban official. To save the boy, he must enter the private compound of a man who views the city's children as property to be used for sport. Redemption requires more than an internal change of heart. It is a physical commitment to face the consequences of past silence. in a place where human life has been stripped of its value. The confrontation takes place against the backdrop of Ghazi Stadium. During the halftime of a soccer match, the Taliban official carries out a public stoning, turning the stadium into a theater of state-sanctioned violence before meeting Amir in private. Inside the official's quarters, Amir endures a brutal, one-sided physical beating. He is struck repeatedly, his body breaking under the force of a man who represents the very worst of the new Afghanistan. As the blows land, a long-overdue sense of relief settles over him. For the first time since that winter in 1975, the weight of the alleyway begins to lift. He is finally paying the physical price he feels he deserved as a child, and the pain brings a strange, quiet healing. After escaping the compound with Sohrab, the journey to safety is a slow, bureaucratic grind. Bringing the boy back to America requires navigating a maze of legal and immigration obstacles, each step a further test of Amir's resolve to see the rescue through. In California, the expected relief of safety is replaced by a heavy, suffocating silence. Sohrab is physically rescued, but the psychological trauma he endured remains, leaving him mute and withdrawn in Amir's home. On a rainy day in a local park, Amir tries one last time to reach the boy. He buys a yellow kite, hoping the sport that once caused so much destruction can finally offer a path back to connection. Using the tricks Hassan once taught him, Amir launches the kite into the overcast sky. As the wind catches it, he sees the first tiny sign of life return to Sohrab's eyes, the ghost of a smile appearing for the first time in months. When the opponent's kite is cut, Amir doesn't wait. He turns and begins to run the kite for the boy, repeating the same sacred vow Hassan gave him decades earlier. For you, 1,000 times over. A life once broken by cowardice can never truly return to its original state, but through sacrifice and the courage to face the past, the cycle of betrayal can be stopped. There is, as it turns out, a way to be good again.